ਪੂਰਨ ਗੁਣਦਾਸ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਖਾ ਜੀਵਾ ਗੁਰ ਤੇਰਾ ਪੂਰਨ ਕਰਮਾ ਹੋਏ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਮੇਰਾ ਹੋਏ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਮੇਰਾ ਹੋਏ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਮੇਰਾ
ਜਲਦੀ ਤੋਂ ਆਇਆ ਜਲਦੀ ਤੋਂ ਆਇਆ ਜੀ
12:30 ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਨੇ। ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ, ਵਰਤਾਇਆ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ ਤੇ ਛਕਿਆ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ। ਹੁਣ ਵਾਰੀ ਆ ਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸ਼ਹਿਨशाह ਤੋਂ ਆਦਮ ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਆਪਾਂ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਨਾ, ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਕਰਨਾ, ਝੁਕ ਜਾਣਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਤੇ। ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੀਰ ਦਾ ਸੁਭਾਅ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ ਥੋੜੀ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਚਰਨ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਰਾਣੀ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਬਹੁਤ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨੇ तो बड़ी खुशी वाली बात है महाराज नगर बनाए बड़ा करके गुरबाणी के चाहे बड़ा सतगुरु सुल्तान साहब
अच्छा नहीं चलो बढ़िया लगता ही नहीं
वो बदल पुत्र
गाड़ी वाली है ना, वही तो आने देगा अंदर।
One you want your cheese? Cheese pizza?
ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਇਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੜ੍ਹਨੀ ਹੈਗੀ
ਮੇਰੀ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ
Dr. Jaswant Singh moved to Saskatoon in 1993 and have been a faculty member of University of Saskatchewan since then. ਇਹ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਐਕਟਿਵ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਆਫ ਸਸਕੈਚੁਅਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜੁੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ। ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਇਹ ਵਨ ਆਫ ਦਾ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਆਫ ਸਸਕੈਚੁਅਨ ਨੂੰ। ਸੋ ਅੱਜ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਾਣ ਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਟੇਜ ਤੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਕੇ। Thank you, Dr. Jaswant Singh. Now I will introduce him in English. Dr. Jaswant Singh, whom I have known since the university days, both of us have studied from Punjab Agricultural University in Ludhiana. He moved to Saskatoon in 1993 and have been a faculty member at University of Saskatchewan since then. Dr. Jaswant Singh is an active community member and has been closely associated with the Sikh Society of Saskatchewan. In fact, he's one of the pioneer members of the Sikh Society of Saskatchewan. It's an honor to be an MC alongside him.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਦਿਵਸ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧਾਈ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੈ ਆਪਣੀ ਭੈਣ ਬਲਜਿੰਦਰ ਧਾਲੀਵਾਲ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਟਰੋਡਿਊਸ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਵਿੱਚ। ਅਸੀਂ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਐਗਰੀਕਲਚਰ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਲੁਧਿਆਣਾ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟ ਆ। ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਮਿਲੇ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਘੁੰਮਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਹਿੱਸੇ ਤੇ ਆ ਕੇ 2008 ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੁਬਾਰੇ ਮਿਲੇ ਆ। So I would like to introduce her now in English, Dr. Baljinder Kaur Dhaliwal. She is a long time acquaintance of me. In fact, we studied together at Punjab Agriculture University Ludhiana in Punjab, and she yesterday told me Punjab is as flat as Saskatchewan is. So both are very agriculture based provinces. So we are really proud of being from agriculture background there, and today we are celebrating Vaisakhi, and Dr. Baljeet Singh is going to tell us maybe a little bit about that, but certainly wheat is as important as in Punjab as it is in Saskatchewan. With that little bit of introduction, ਸੰਗਤ ਨੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨੇ ਨੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਬਲਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਟਰੋਡਿਊਸ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਵਿੱਚ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਬਲਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਆਫ ਸਸਕੈਚੁਅਨ ਦੇ ਵਾਈਸ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਟ ਰਿਸਰਚ ਨੇ। ਬੜੇ ਮਾਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ, 1999 ਤੋਂ ਸੈਸਕਾਟੂਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਉਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਫੰਕਸ਼ਨ ਬਾਰੇ, ਖਾਲਸਾ ਦਿਵਸ ਬਾਰੇ, ਨਗਰ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਬਾਰੇ ਤੇ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਉਣਗੇ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਬਲਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਇਜ਼ I'm so happy to invite Dr. Baljeet Singh to the podium to tell us about today's function and also about Khalsa Divas that we are celebrating and about Vaisakhi. Dr. Baljeet Singh is Vice President of Research at University of Saskatchewan. Please welcome him for next 10-15 minutes.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਜਸਵੰਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਬੜਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਹਾਂ। ਵੈਰੀ ਥੈਂਕਫੁਲ ਟੂ ਹਿਮ ਫॉर द ਇੰਟਰੋਡਕਸ਼ਨ। ਬਿਫੋਰ ਆਈ ਬਿਗਿਨ, I really acknowledge our honorable members of parliament, more than one, and His Worship Charlie Clark, Superintendent Roger, and Bhai, and other dignitaries on the stage. We are on traditional territories which have been already acknowledged. These are the First Nation lands and the homeland of the Métis. So we continue to work together to develop a better relationship with our communities. This truly is a remarkable day when Sikhs organize a gathering not for themselves but for everybody in their communities. Such a gathering cannot be possible without the significant support from the City Hall led by the Mayor, from the outstanding police services in the City of Saskatoon led by the Chief and the Superintendent who is with us today, and all levels of government. So I really appreciate and I acknowledge the support that we get from them. Briefly, it's quite remarkable how communities spread. I was in Bangladesh a couple of weeks ago, and there in the capital of Bangladesh was a place where the first Guru of the Sikhs, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, travelled to. So from Punjab to Bangladesh, it's about 2,000 kilometers. He went there to spread the word of peace, humanitarianism, equality for everyone, and justice for all. In a similar way, Guru Nanak Dev Ji traveled to the Middle East, to the North and to the South. During those journeys, he was always engaged in discussions with members of every other faith, not to convert them to Sikhism, but to really grow each other's understanding as to what does it mean to be a human being. Over the 10 gurus leading up to the 10th guru, when a ceremony took place that created the distinct identity of the Sikhs, which is with a turban, with a beard, with a sword, and other symbols of the faith that Sikhs carry with them. This is an identity which is very visible in our wonderful country called Canada. Over the last 125 or so years, when Sikhs began to arrive on the west coast in this country, they have built a community from coast to coast. It was not easy. People talk about discrimination, people talk about racism, but Sikhs do not dwell on that. Sikhs are not held back by the past. Sikhs look at the past, they think about the future, and that's where we are going to go to build a country that we love immensely, the country we call Canada. The Sikhs' arrival in Saskatchewan began after 1950. That's what we know. Some families came to Regina. Then in the early 60s, large number of high school teachers came directly from India, from Punjab, to teach in small schools and smaller communities across this province. And many of them retired into Saskatoon, and I had the privilege of meeting with them when we moved here in 99. Those were the early pioneers in the province of Saskatchewan. Just to put it in perspective, in 99, the total membership of the Sikh Gurdwara was less than 100. Only 20 years ago, there were about 100 Sikhs in Saskatoon. Now possibly there are 10,000. Our young children go to schools, they are in the university, they are building careers in this province, and a province which is growing every day. The economic opportunities in this province are amazing, and large number of Sikhs come here, they build a career for them. And I'm very proud that our mayor leads a city which is very welcoming for everyone. Our police services patrol every day to make it a safe and a secure community for our children and for our families. I think we owe a round of applause to all of them, and I really want to commend their work. It was only 25-30 years ago when Sikhs were fighting to get their turbans into the RCMP. There were petitions in cities like Calgary to not let them have turbans in the mountains. But this country always makes the right decision. The decision was made that Sikhs will be allowed to wear a turban in the RCMP, which to me was a watershed moment. Now you see Sikhs elected to the legislature, Sikhs are in the cabinet, Sikhs are leading the businesses, they are in the universities. We are just a normal, regular part of the community. We do not ask for any special treatments in this country because we know there is an opportunity for everyone every day. We just have to work hard to get that opportunity. I will close off by talking about 3 fundamental principles of Sikhism. Our members at the stage, honorable guests, the first one is one God and meditation about that. Naam Japo. One God, remembering it every day and focusing on that being. We do not believe, we do not have a physical form of the God, we do not worship to a deity. We have a book that our gurus gave us, we read it, we reflect on it, we find a better path forward. The second part, Kirtan Karo, honest living every day. Naam Japo, get up in the morning, remember the God. Second piece, get on with the day, work hard, earn an honest living. That is a very critical part of the Sikhism. That's why in the northwest part of India, there has never been a famine. You may not know that. Punjab de vich kade bhi bhukh mari nahi hoyi aaj tak. ਬਾਕੀ ਸਟੇਟਾਂ 'ਚ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਕਿਉਂ? ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਲੋਕੀ ਕਿਰਤ ਕਰਦੇ। ਤੀਜਾ ਪਿੱਛਾ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਭੁੱਖਮਰੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ? ਵੰਡ ਛਕੋ। We always share our food, whatever we have, with our neighbor. No
ਇਹ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਖੱਬੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਇਹ ਬੱਚਾ ਲੌਸਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਆਪਣੇ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਅਲੱਗ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਭ ਰਹੇ ਹੁਣ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਸਟੇਜ ਦੇ ਖੱਬੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਆ ਜਾਓ ਤੇ ਬੱਚਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਾਂਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਖੱਬੇ ਪਾਸੇ। ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਅਗਲਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਇੰਟਰੋਡਿਊਸ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ I would like to acknowledge and thank all the guests who are sitting here on the stage today for taking the time and coming here. So I'm going to introduce the next speaker first in Punjabi for the benefit of the people who do not understand English, and then I will introduce in English. So the next speaker is going to be Honorable MP Miss Kelly Block. ਤੇ ਕੈਲੀ ਬਲਾਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਆਫ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਇਲੈਕਟੋਰਲ ਡਿਸਟ੍ਰਿਕਟ ਕਾਰਲਟਨ ਟ੍ਰੇਲ ਈਗਲ ਕ੍ਰੀਕ ਸਸਕੈਚੁਅਨ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਪਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਇਹ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵਾਰੀ 2008 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੁਣੇ ਗਏ ਸੀ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 2 ਟਰਮ ਮੇਅਰ ਦੇ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਵਾਲਡਹਾਈਮ ਟਾਊਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਐਂਡ ਇਹ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਇੱਕ ਮਹਿਲਾ ਮੇਅਰ ਸੀਗੇ ਵਾਲਡਹਾਈਮ ਟਾਊਨ ਸਸਕੈਚੁਅਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਟਾਊਨ ਹੈਗਾ। ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਕਰੰਟਲੀ ਇਹ ਕਾਫੀ ਕਮੇਟੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਰਵ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਣ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। Now I am going to introduce Miss Kelly Block in English. She is the member of parliament and she represents the electoral district of Carlton Trail, Eagle Creek, Saskatchewan. She was first elected in 2008 Canadian federal election to serve as MP. Prior to her election to the House of Commons, Block served 2 terms as mayor of Waldheim, Saskatchewan, and she was the first female mayor of Waldheim. Currently, she serves on multiple parliamentary committees, and I thank you, Ms. Block, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us here today in the celebration of creation of Khalsa. Please welcome Ms. Kelly Block to the podium.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is such a privilege to be here to join you here in the park for your celebration of the 5th annual Khalsa Day Parade. You have such a beautiful day compared to last year, and so I hope you are having a great time here today. As the Member of Parliament for Carlton Trail, Eagle Creek, it is a privilege to bring greetings to you on behalf of Her Majesty's loyal opposition. I am also pleased to be able to mark this important occasion and to be able to do so freely as a country that not only values but promotes the fundamental freedoms of religion or belief. Celebrations such as this one highlight the richness of your faith and culture and are a reminder of what makes Canada so great. Your many contributions to the Canadian dream, including our economy, sports, and politics, have enriched the social fabric of our nation. As I noted last year, it is strong communities that have helped our province rebuild from the pandemic. Here in Saskatchewan, the Sikh community is such a strong and growing community. In closing, I would like to say thank you once again for the invitation to be here and participate in this celebration, and thank everyone who contributed to making this event such a success. I hope that you do enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Have a great day.
Is a member of parliament from Saskatoon West since 2019, and Brad has lived in Saskatoon for last 35 years. He has spent last 20 years in finance, accounting, and in managerial roles in manufacturing industries. Before being elected, Brad owned and operated his own home business here in Saskatoon. I am very happy to invite Redekopp to please come to the stage and give us his greetings and his thoughts on this auspicious occasion. Please.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ke Fateh. I'm so pleased to be here today celebrating this great event with you folks. There's so many good friends, so much hospitality as I look out here, all the great food and all the love and the joy. And I've always been so warmly welcomed in your community, and so it's a great honor for me to be invited here and to be able to take part of this today. I want to congratulate everybody on the formation of the Khalsa tradition, which is part of what we're celebrating today. So congratulations on that. And I'm inspired by the Sikh community and all the way that you folks really work in your community. That you have all of the seva, the tireless work and the tireless effort that you give into helping people and providing for them, not just in this event here today, but every week at the Gurdwara, in fact every day at the Gurdwara, all the good work that you do. And so I just want to congratulate you for that and the way that you give back to the community. And I know that we share a lot of values. We share the value of freedom when it comes to worshiping and worshiping in the way that we want to, and freedom in the way to raise our families in the way that we wish to. The freedom to do the things with our community like this event here. And the freedom to work and earn a living, and the freedom to run a business, and the freedom to do that free of interference from the government, and smaller government, to have lower taxes, to share the wealth that you create with your families. These are values that I know Sikh people share with me as a conservative. We share these values, and I love talking with people about that, and I welcome talking more about that. Just a reminder that if any of you have issues with with immigration, with CRA, with employment insurance, our offices here as the MPs, we're here to help you if you need help, so please don't hesitate to contact us. We can help you with some of those things. I want to thank the entire Sangha for all the efforts today, for your hard work, for pulling together, for organizing this event, coming together as a community. And I also want to thank the Gurdwara the committee for doing all the work here today for the successful Nagar Kirtan. And all the people that helped, all the brothers and sisters that helped, the committee members, just thank you so much. And a special thank you to the President Baldev Singh Shandy and the Secretary Sukhpreet Singh. So once again, thank you so much for inviting me here today. I hope you enjoy your day. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ke Jeti. Pate, thank you.
Thank you, Brad. अगले स्पीकर इंट्रोड्यूस करने तो पहला मैं एक अनाउंसमेंट करना चाहूँगी। अज असीं इत्थे फूड बैंक की जिहड़ी हैगे वो आए हुए ने, उन्होंने अपना स्टाल लाया होया बिल्कुल कॉर्नर दे विच, ते आपां उन्हां लई फंड रेजिंग कर रहे हैं। इसलिए आपां इत्थे अज जिहड़ी गुरु नानक देव जी ने 20 रुपए वाली मर्यादा शुरू कीती सी, आपां अज इत्थे ओह पूरी जोरदार नाल उन्हां नूं इह सपोर्ट करनी आ। कम्यूनिटी दे विच फूड बैंक वालियां नूं फूड दी लोड़ है, इसलिए तुसीं साध संगत ने जिन्ना भी तुसीं हिस्सा पा सकते हो, प्लीज़ किरपा करके फूड बैंक ड्राइव दे विच हिस्सा पाओ ते उन्हां लई फंड रेज करो। जिन्हें किसी ने पैसे की हैल्प करनी अज मदद कर सकते ने, पर जिन्हां ने किसी ने फूड लियाना जिद्दां कैंड फूड पास्ता वगैरह, उहदे लई असीं गुरुद्वारा साहिब दे विच बॉक्स रखवाया होया ते फूड तुसीं उत्थे पा सकते हो। सो आपां सारिਆਂ ने वध चढ़ के इस फंड रेजिंग दे विच अज हिस्सा लेना है। Now I'm going to introduce and call on the stage Honorable MP Waugh. Kevin is a Member of Parliament for Saskatoon Grasswood. Kevin has been an active community member for 4 decades, supporting many organizations and sitting on the boards of several non-profits. For his efforts in the community, Kevin received the Saskatchewan Centennial Medal for long-standing community involvement. That's a great achievement, Kevin. Well done. Prior to running for federal office in 2015, Kevin served as trustee with the Saskatoon Board of Education, and he was elected Member of Parliament in 2015. And he's currently the Deputy Shadow Minister for Canadian Heritage and previously served as Deputy Shadow Minister for Indigenous Affairs. And please join me in welcoming Kevin to the stage.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. And for the first time in 5 years, it doesn't appear this will be rained out, which is a very good affair. We've survived this year. I just want to say on behalf of the constituents out here for Saskatoon Grasswood, I was here early. We've enjoyed all your food, your beverage, your social activities, and this is always one of the highlights of our calendar year. The 5th Annual Sikh Day Parade, Khalsa Day, and the 323rd anniversary of Vaisakhi. It's an honor and a privilege to be invited to take part in the Nagar Kirtan and celebrate this important day with you. And I want to thank everyone as we finally are opening up here in Saskatchewan and the city of Saskatoon. It's long overdue. And I just want to thank the Sikh community because you've done so much work in our community. The community is so important to our city and province, and it deserves to be celebrated. So on behalf of everyone up here, and I just want to reiterate what Brad said, that Brad's office, my office, Kelly's office, and Corey Tucker's office are here to help you with the immigration, with permanent residents, and everything is slowed down in Ottawa. They haven't caught up, but come and see us if you do have an issue, as we are your representatives, and we want to help you get people into this country a little quicker, maybe get your PR card a little quicker. So come and see us in our office. We'll have the good conversation. So again, thanks very much. Enjoy the afternoon, everyone. Please.
Thank you so much, and to our gracious hosts for welcoming us with such lovely hospitality. It is absolutely my pleasure to be here this afternoon on behalf of Premier Moe and my colleagues, my provincial colleagues who are here with me, with federal colleagues, honored guests, your worship, and all of you. Thank you for your amazing hospitality, the color on display today, all the activities in this beautiful sunshine. It is an amazing pleasure to join with all of you, and on behalf of Saskatoon, Stonebridge, Dakota, to be here and join in these amazing festivities. Certainly, it is lucky, I understand, as it's been rainy in previous years, to have the pleasure of this wonderful weather as we all come out and are among people again, which is, again, something I think we've all wanted to do so much for so long. So I won't keep you. Thank you so much again for having us. I understand that Khalsa Day, in terms of New Year's, is on April 13, and that in Saskatchewan you always have to play it a bit safer and celebrate it when it actually gets warmer. So wonderful to be here. Thank you so much.
Ms. Bronwyn. Now I would like to introduce Honorable MLA Ken Cheveldayoff. Ken was elected as MLA for the first time in 2003, and since then he has won as an MLA multiple times, and more recently from Saskatoon Willow Grove. He has served Saskatchewan as Minister of different departments, including Minister of Parks, Culture and Sport, Minister responsible for the Public Service Commission, Minister of First Nations and Métis Relations. Ken and his wife Trish are actively involved in several community organizations, and we are very happy to have Ken among us today. Please join me in welcoming Ken to the stage.
All right, well, thank you very much, and welcome to the Saskatoon Willow Grove Provincial Constituency. It's great to see so many friends out here. I was going to make a prediction when I got here. I was going to predict that every politician up here today is going to take credit for the weather. So yeah, we're all so pleased with the weather, and it's great to see. I'm here with colleagues, our federal colleagues. You've heard from all of them already. Brad Redekopp and Kelly Block and Kevin Waugh, and I think Corey Tucker maybe here somewhere. My provincial colleagues, you just heard from Bronwyn, Eyre. Mark Friesen, the MLA from Riversdale, is here as well as Mayor Charlie Clark. It's a pleasure for all of us to be here. I want to bring greetings very quickly from Premier Scott Moe. and from Laura Ross, who is the Minister of Parks, Culture and Sport for the province. They couldn't be here today, but you're well represented, and we're just very, very pleased to have an opportunity to talk to you here today on Khalsa Day. Other colleagues have talked about the day itself. This is the 5th annual Saskatoon Sikh Parade, which represents much of what is right about Saskatchewan, our province, as we celebrate diversity and inclusion with family and friends. I think most people know that we're very, very pleased, and for many people, strength is our motto, and we see that here today. It warms my heart to see this collective energy and enthusiasm. Many of the values and teachings of the Sikh community reflect the values that we hold dear here in Saskatchewan and in Canada. Principles such as honesty and justice, life of contentment and gratitude, practicing kindness and compassion, helping those in need, and showing empathy and generosity. These are the qualities that build a strong community, one in which we together can come together in the very spirit that is evident at this parade today. I was happy to participate in the parade earlier today. It was a wonderful parade with many people watching. And again, I want to thank you to the Sikh Society of Saskatchewan for sharing your traditions and values and ensuring they are preserved throughout special events and celebrations such as this. Most of all, to each and every one of you, I want to thank you, and I want to thank you for making Saskatchewan a better place. May you all have a wonderful afternoon and enjoy the rest of the celebration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ken Cheveldayoff. Next on my list, I'm very happy to invite our Mayor, Mr. Charlie Clark. I especially want to thank him for making this particular event possible, and also when we first started in 2017. He was very, very helpful to get the ball rolling for us. Charlie was first elected to City Council in 2006, and he's our Mayor of Saskatoon since 2016. He was elected second time in 2020. Charlie, although he grew up in British Columbia, he moved to Saskatoon about 20 years back in 2002. In addition to his full-time role as our mayor, Charlie works in restorative justice, adult education, and community and economic development for the city. Charlie, please come to the stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Sat Sri Akal, everyone. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ka Fateh. I'm very pleased to join with all of my colleagues and friends from all levels of government who are here, and community leaders and from the police service. We're all here from all orders of government and as community partners because of the generosity and because of the way over time the Sikh community here has welcomed us into your family and has helped us to understand the power and the values and the principles of what the Sikh community is offering and has been building, especially if we look back to the beginning of the Khalsa and the vision of Guru Gobind Singh, and I was just looking at the message over here that says recognize the whole human race as one. And that these were the words of Guru Gobind Singh, who helped to begin the Khalsa in 1699. And as we gather on Treaty 6 territory and the traditional homeland of the Métis, I see an absolute connection between the vision of what the treaty relationship is meant to be here on this land, here in Canada, and what that vision of Guru Gobind Singh is. And I really appreciated Dr. Baljit Singh's overview of the history of the Sikh community coming to Saskatchewan, and I just would would imagine what it was like for those teachers coming from the Punjab back in the 1960s and providing their services as teachers in small towns in Saskatchewan. There must have been a lot of a cultural encounter back then, and people learning and getting to know one another, but not having much familiarity with one another at all. And if we fast forward to 2000 when there was just 100 families in the Sikh community here in Saskatoon, to now in 2022 when we have thousands of people here for the 5th Nagar Kirtan parade, and the understanding and awareness and the way that so many people within the Sikh community, all of you are contributing to every aspect of life in our community, to the health, providing leadership in the healthcare system, in the education system, in the business community. I've already talked to people who want us to speed up and get more lots out there, because people ready to buy lots and build houses and continue to contribute. And so as we go forward and we become more of a global city in Saskatoon, this way of building these relationships and strengthening our understanding that we are one, as Guru Gobind Singh said, is the path forward to build a strong community here for all the children growing up. That's our obligation, to make sure that all of your children and all of everyone's children find this as a city where they're valued, respected, and loved, and able to embrace their culture and build a strong community with all of us together in our diversity. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your Nagar Kirtan.
Honorable Charlie Clark reminded us of the lines, Hindu, Turk, koi, Rafji, Imam Shafi, Manas ki jaat sabay, ek hai pehchan wo. So, ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਹਾਂ, ਉਸ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਜੋ ਪੂਰ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਪਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਹਾਂ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਬਖਸ਼ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਇੰਨੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਿ ਇੰਨੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਇਕੱਠੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੋਵੇ ਸੈਸਕਾਟੂਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਕਦੇ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ, ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ 5 ਸਾਲ ਜਾਂ 10 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਬਲਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਮੁੱਠੀ ਭਰ ਲੋਕ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇਖੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪੂਰਾ ਗਰਾਊਂਡ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ। ਹਲੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਲੋਕ ਆ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੰਮਾਂ ਤੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਗੁਜ਼ਾਰ ਹਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਬਣੀ ਰਹੇ। Now I would like to announce again about Saskatoon Food Drive, that we are fundraising here today for Saskatoon Food Drive. So please contribute generously towards that cause. Now I would like to introduce my next guest, Mr. Patrick Nogue, Superintendent of Police. And I also would like to take this opportunity to thank the police services for their support and cooperation in making this event a safe place. So thank you for making the community safe. I would like to say a few words about Mr. Nogue because he has a very impressive resume. Mr. Patrick Nogue began his policing career in 1993. He has served the city of Saskatoon while working in K9, Vice, Detention, Sask 911, Integrated Child Exploitation and Patrol. He created a cohesive working group that has had outstanding success in the prosecution of offenders and the rescue of exploited children, not only in Saskatchewan but also elsewhere in Canada, the United States, UK and Australia. Mr. Nogue was recognized with the Excellence in Policing Services Award due to his exemplary leadership skills, and we are very honored to have him here today among us.
Thank you very much for that warm opening. On behalf of Police Chief Troy Cooper, the executive officers and the men and women of the Saskatoon Police Service, we'd like to thank you very much for allowing us to participate in Khalsa. It's a very important part of our community, and it plays a very important role for the Saskatoon Police Service. The Saskatoon Police Service is your police service, and we very much look to you for guidance as we try to develop communities that are safe and secure. In the Sikh community, when we look at what you stand for with respect to justice principles, integrity, honesty, those are very much in line with what the Saskatoon Police Service is trying to provide as far as a safe community. So we look forward to establishing new relationships, working together with one another, and celebrating days like today on a regular basis moving forward. Once again, on behalf of the Saskatoon Police Service, thank you for inviting us. We look forward to continuing our relationships.
Thank you so very much, Patrick, for your comments. Greatly appreciate. ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟੀ ਜੀ ਬੱਚੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ 2 ਤੋਂ 3 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ, ਉਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਾਂ ਰਾਧਾ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੀ ਆ, ਉਹ ਗੁੰਮ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਆ। ਉਹਦੇ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਆਉਣ ਸਟੇਜ ਦੇ ਖੱਬੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਆ ਜਾਣ। ਇਸ ਬੇਟੀ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਯੈਲੋ ਰੰਗ ਦੀ ਫਰਾਕ ਪਾਈ ਹੋਈ ਆ, 2-3-4 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਬੱਚੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਆਪਣਾ ਨਾਂ ਰਾਧਾ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੀ ਆ। ਉਹਦੇ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਆਉਣ, ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਪਰਸਨ, one of our members of University of Saskatchewan Faith Leaders Council. I also serve on that council to represent Sikh faith. This is a multi-faith group that we have on campus that spreads the message of unity and working together and tolerance. So it gives me immense pleasure to invite my fellow faith leader, Ms. Fatima Gurwinder. She was born in South Africa and came to Saskatoon about 20 years ago, but through St. John's. That I did not know earlier, but today I know. She's professionally trained dentist. I also did not know that part. So thank you. And she's a consultant, owner of Gurwinder Consulting and co-owner of Supreme Cleaning Medical Supplies. She describes herself as a full-time mom of 3 beautiful children. And Fatima, welcome.
Thank you very much, Jaswant Ji, for those kind words. Good afternoon, everyone. Sat Sri Akal. It is really a pleasure and an honor for me to be here today and bring greetings on behalf of a wonderful group of multi-faith community leaders on the Faith Leaders Council at the University of Saskatchewan. And as faith leaders, Jaswant and the rest of us try to work really hard to model what healthy relationship building and collaboration can do to strengthen us all as a community. Even though we sit at the table with some small differences and diverse perspectives when it comes to our faith, the common tie that really binds us all together is one that is taught universally in all our faith groups, and that is to come together in love and respect and to look at each other first and foremost as brothers and sisters in humanity. And so I want to thank the Sikh community for bringing us all together today, for giving us an opportunity to gather after 2 years of being apart, and for inviting us to share in your identity and your culture and in your faith in a very hospitable and generous way, as you always do. So I want to leave you all with many blessings for today and for the year ahead, and hope that we can all gather again, God willing, next year. Happy celebration to you all. Thank you.
Ms. Fatima. ਸੋ ਫੂਡ ਬੈਂਕ ਦੀ ਡਰਾਈਵ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੱਲ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੀ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਟਾਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ 14 ਨੰਬਰ ਸਟਾਲ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਉੱਥੇ 14 ਨੰਬਰ ਸਟਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਾ, ਚਾਹੇ ਅਸੀਂ $10, $20, $5, $2 ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਕੱਢ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕੱਢਣੇ ਆ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ। And sharing, I always give the example that sharing is not that when your garden is full of vegetables and then you share. You share when you have only few tomatoes in your garden and you still share, right? So we are going to share and take part in the food drive for the food bank so that we can contribute to the needs of the vulnerable in the city. Thank you. ਸੋ ਹੁਣ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸ਼ਹੀਦਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਰਿਪਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਰਵਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ।
ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੀ ਫਤਿਹ 'ਚ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਈਏ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਦਿਹਾੜਾ ਜੋ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਸਾਜਨਾ ਦਿਵਸ ਤੇ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਦੇ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਮਨਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਦੂਰ ਦਰਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਆਈਆਂ ਹਨ, ਅੱਜ ਦੀਆਂ ਹਾਜ਼ਰੀਆਂ ਭਰ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਹਨ। ਜਿੱਥੋਂ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੀਆਂ ਡੈਲੀਗੇਟਸ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੀਆਂ ਹਨ, ਉੱਥੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਵੀ ਦੂਰੋਂ ਲਾਗਿਓਂ ਪਹੁੰਚੀਆਂ ਹਨ। ਔਰ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਦਿਹਾੜਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਮ ਸਿੱਖ ਸਾਜਨਾ ਦਿਵਸ ਵਜੋਂ ਮਨਾ
ਸਿੱਧੂ, ਪਰਮਜੀਤ ਕਲੇਰ, ਸੁਰਿੰਦਰ ਚੋਪੜਾ, ਰੁਪਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਔਲਖ, ਹਰਵਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਭੰਡਾਰ, ਜਗਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਬਾਜਵਾ ਅਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਜੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੋਸਾਇਟੀ ਆਫ ਰਜਾਈਨਾ ਤੋਂ ਹਨ ਬਲਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਭੱਠਲ, ਜੋ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੋਸਾਇਟੀ ਆਫ ਰਜਾਈਨਾ ਦੇ ਜਨਰਲ ਸੈਕਟਰੀ ਹਨ, ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਲਪ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਯੋਗਦਾਨ ਹੈ ਡੋਨਰਸ ਦਾ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਨਗਰ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਮਾਇਆ ਭੇਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਕਮੇਟੀ ਬਣਾਈ ਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਫੰਡ ਕਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਮੰਗੇ ਤੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਨਗਰ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਏ ਹਨ, ਅਤੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਕਿਹਾ ਨਹੀਂ। ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਜੋ ਯੋਗਦਾਨ ਪਾਇਆ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਯੋਗਦਾਨ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਈਵੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਕਾਮਯਾਬ ਹੋਣੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਡੋਨਰਸ ਦਾ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਪਾਇਆ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ